All right, hi and welcome to a live stream for the Poco F4 GT. My name is David Montagna. I'm a European product manager here at Xiaomi with Poco. And with me I have Paul Smith.
Hiya, Paul Smith from Geeky Stuff YouTube channel.
And we're going to do some geeky stuff here today.
We are, yeah.
So,
yeah, exciting.
What about this phone? So we have the Poco F4 GT, and what are some of the highlights or first impressions that you got with the phone?
Well, I unboxed this last week, and the first impression was, wow, the back of that phone. It's a glass back. This is the silver version. It just looks and feels quite amazing, really.
I have the charcoal black one
so that's
here
the
as well,
differences
so you can see them side by side.
Yeah, I
It's
do
amazing
prefer the lighter colours, but they do look great. And there's a yellow one as well.
There's a yellow one. That's the one I'm after, actually.
Yeah, I've not actually seen that in the flesh, but it does look quite unique.
So I would just like to highlight, we do have a giveaway on Twitter. So if you tell us the 3 favorite features that you can see on the Poco F4 GT. So if you do hashtag Poco F4 GT, 2 phones will be in the giveaway here over Twitter. So please comment, put your favorite features in there. So, what do you think about? Yeah, 2 phones.
2 phones.
I've fallen in love with this myself. So my first impressions in terms of this phone, I did have the privilege to see it last year, and
Wow.
the coolest thing of it is, to me, not just kind of overall great phone, but also those shoulder buttons that sits on the side and in the way they kind of work. They're so much fun to play with as well. You have a little bit of experience with previous Poco generations here, so the F3.
Yeah, I used the F3 last year. I reviewed that. The Poco F4 GT is quite a large upgrade, to be fair. I mean, the Poco F3 had plastic frame, where with the F4 GT we have an aluminium frame, a glass back. So there's huge upgrades. I mean, this has got the flagship 8 Gen 1 this year.
Yeah.
As well, whereas the F3 had the Snapdragon 870 last year, but that wasn't the flagship last year. The flagship was the Snapdragon 888.
Right.
So if you're looking to go from the F3 to the F4 GT, there is some big upgrades.
All right, what are the main advantages there if you're looking at the CPU and other hardware parts of it?
I suppose the main thing is power, performance.
Yeah.
That is the raw sort of the thing you're getting really with the F4 GT.
There's something new that we really have with this is the liquid cooling.
Liquid cooling. Yeah, so obviously that will help obviously keep your device cooler. I did run some throttling tests on this against another phone, which I won't name. I did some temperature tests as well. This did come out a couple of degrees cooler as well at the end of it, so I think there is some benefits with liquid cooling for the F4 GT.
There's some other cool things with this one, and I would say the hypercharge. Look, I'm blown away myself when it comes to that 120 watts, but what does that really mean?
Well, it means you're going to charge your phone a hell of a lot faster.
Yeah.
I had about 18 minutes on this from 0 to 100%.
18 minutes.
18 minutes.
Less than 20 minutes you can charge it from 0 to hero. And I would like to add here, so this comes in box. We get the 120 watt charger in box.
Yeah.
All there with you. You don't have to buy anything extra on the side. It's powerful enough. I use it for my laptop, so I charge my laptop with it. You can charge anything you want with it, anything powerful, because it is that fast. But not just that, it's super safe as well. So we've put a lot of safety into this one. So a lot of safety features such as overheating and circuitry, extra thick cables and so forth, so you will not run into any troubles with this. And in terms of charging, we also have different charging technologies in there, so there will be less wear and tear on this one.
But the trickle charging as well for the
exactly. What is that about?
Well, obviously that I think you can charge up to around 80% at like full max, and then it will slowly charge the rest of the battery to 100%. I think that's a lot of people's concerns are with with these super fast chargers now. Is it safe? But they have the technologies there to make sure
it's
safe,
secure, and incredibly fast.
Yeah.
There's something special about this cable and charging cable as well that got me excited. It's just the shape of it, the length of it, and so forth. But maybe we should do an unboxing.
Yeah, I can.
You got sharp enough nails?
I have to get this cellophane unboxing all over again.
So I love that kind of yellow, black color.
Yeah, that box is just
style.
classic Poco. Absolutely classic. that.
And that's the color I would like to have as a favorite.
The yellow,
color.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's that.
So here we go
Nice.
with the phone.
Right.
We got the charger in box as well, but this special cable as well. So we got the
Yeah.
chunk here, charge whatever you want.
120 watts.
The Euro charger, of course, it comes with a UK charger in the UK. And this one. This is the L-shaped charger. I love it because that enables you to game while you're charging.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
So it makes it a lot easier. And also,
there.
it's extra long. So it's got 1.5 meters of cord. So
Yeah.
you can just kind of extend it and you can sit down and play and game while you are charging.
It is great. It's really, really good.
And another cool thing around the charging, I think, is that you can have a boost charger. So if you're not using it for gaming, you can click boost and it will charge that within 18 minutes, right? What you
18,
saw.
yeah. I mean, even if you want to plug it in for 5 minutes just to get that extra bit of juice.
Yeah, and that's the thing with me. I don't charge my phone overnight.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just
I'm an
plug it
overnight
in
charger.
now. But I think it will change our habits now. You can just top it up so quickly. You get home, top it up,
Yeah, you
get
don't
out.
need to do it overnight anymore, yeah.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And we have a standard charging and then we have the boost charging. So if you do the standard charging, you just plug it in. You can still game without any throttling. It doesn't elevate the temperature. But you can do the boost if you're not gaming. That will reduce the CPU frequency so you're able to kind of charge it quicker without too much heat dissipation.
Yeah.
What else do we have? I mean, we do have the shoulder buttons there on top, and that's a cool thing. You can assign a lot of cool things around this as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my gunshot sound effect, so hope you can hear that on the mic.
Yeah,
that's when you know you
So
mean
cool.
business.
I'm serious. I've been playing around with this. So I have another sound effect, and depending on what shoulder buttons you got, it has a stereo effect there as well.
Yeah, so if you do the left one, it will come from the left side, and then right from the right side. It's a pretty cool touch, to be fair.
It really is.
Yeah.
So you can sign that, and what about the shoulder buttons? Let's get back to gaming and what this is all about.
Yeah, I mean, I used the triggers for playing Call of Duty and PUBG. You can assign the triggers using the Turbo app on the phone. And you go into PUBG or Call of Duty, you go into the controller settings and just basically drag over whatever control you want it to do, yeah.
So you can map them freely, yeah?
Yeah, aim on the left and shoot on the right. And I mean, yeah, it's fairly comfortable, really.
Yeah, it really is. I just love this physical way where the buttons go down when you kind of disable them. So
yeah.
What I really like and enjoy about this phone is that it is a great gaming phone. It's got that edge, but it also looks like an overall great phone, so you can use it with your everyday tasks. It's not just a big chunky piece of phone, but it has the slim kind of body line. It's got great design, I think.
Yeah, I do love the design. It's really nice.
And looking at the audio, we have the sound effects that you can assign with the buttons as I'm playing around with this.
But it also frees up the screen, because obviously before you used to use your thumb for shooting and stuff, so you've got more room on the screen for just moving about instead of trying to fire guns and stuff.
And coming to the screen, so this is powered by 10-bit screen, so it's more than 1 billion colors can be shown on this display. It's a flat AMOLED display, and there's some benefits to this, having a flat screen, especially amongst gamers.
Yeah, no accidental touching.
Exactly.
That's one of the main sort of issues. You can some phones do have it in the software where you can sort of adjust it, but it doesn't really work that well. So flat screen's perfect for gaming.
Exactly. And also you don't get any weird reflections or something. Everything is there right in front of you. It's stable, it looks great, and it also runs at 120 hertz. So the games that support this, which is many or most new games now support higher refresh rates. That means that you can play, I would say it just streams better. You can feel it when you're not just gaming, but also overall scrolling back and down, up and down in menus. It's so smooth. And this is where you kind of spin from 60 hertz and you go up to 120 and you just like I didn't
There is a noticeable
know.
difference.
Yeah, I didn't know that I needed this, and now I do.
And now you can't go back.
Exactly. Cool thing about the shoulder keys as well, for people who don't game as much, you can assign these to whatever you want. So
Yeah.
I assign the flashlight, so I double tap here and the flashlight turns on. Or I can double tap this one and I launch the camera. So it has all these quick functions.
Yeah.
You can use it as a shortcut key. You can assign from a range of functions for these buttons themselves. So, wow.
Yeah, so it's not just for gaming purposes. It's, you know, because
Yeah.
obviously it's a mainly a gaming smartphone, but it can be used for other features as well on the phone.
This is my new favorite. So once again, leave your comments on the Twitter trail, hashtag PocoF4GT with your 3 most favorite features. What else we got to talk about? There's a lot of things on this phone that I really enjoy, and I would say audio maybe.
Yeah, I mean, stereo speakers are great. Yeah, we have one
We
at
actually
the top there, and then
Yeah.
at the bottom there you can see the grills.
And actually quad speakers. So we have
Yeah.
tweeters and we have lower end ones, so you get that extra oomph on the phone. So it's not just a standard stereo, but we got that extra depth.
And what's also good is the placement. So when you're gaming,
It doesn't block.
you're not covering them.
Right.
Because some, and obviously the triggers are at the top,
Yeah.
but on some phones you'll get a speaker there where you're fully covering
Yeah.
them. So it's good in that respect.
So it's fully symmetrical and extra powerful, and of course we watch more media than ever, we watch more stuff than ever, but we game more than ever as well. Now a majority of revenue from all consoles is actually from phones.
Yeah.
So phones are getting more and more popular. The average user, and this is from Statista earlier this year, according to 2021 data, uses their phone 4.8 hours a day. So what do? Well, you sit on the train, the bus, you
Yeah.
want to game, you want to get the greatest performance in a phone. Well, the Poco F4 GT has it as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, what else do we have in the box? So we have this, but it doesn't just come as a phone itself. It does have a protective case, right?
Protective case, yes, in here. We can get that out. Yeah, so if you are worried about scratching it or marking it, we do get a silicone case, a see-through silicone case. We
It's
pop
just
that in
great.
there.
So play it safe.
Yeah, play it safe. It also adds extra grip as well, doesn't it? It's quite a grippy sort of
Definitely.
thing as well. So if you do have sort of dry hands and your phone's become slippery, whack this on.
Exactly. So you can use it just right there from the beginning with reduced risks of dropping, just safer grip overall, and it just sits perfectly, treats the buttons there, so it's easy to run around.
Everything's accessible as well, which is good. I had to do that.
I'm loving those things. All right, what is the standout feature that you prefer or like the most?
It's triggers.
The triggers.
There's no two ways about it. Yeah, the triggers. That's the first phone I've used with these triggers. A fantastic feature, and obviously because I do game quite a bit, so
Yeah.
they do come in handy. But I also like the notification light on the
Yes,
back
let's get to that one.
in the camera array. The nice pulsing sort of notification light, and you can set them in the settings as well with certain colours.
So gamer extravaganza. We do have an LED set with all different colors where you can set your own notification lights or how you want it to be affected. But also when you're gaming, is there something going on here on the display?
When you're gaming, you can also, when you're setting the sound effects for the triggers, you can also set like light effects. So when you do press the triggers in the game, like a little red or yellow light will flash up as you're pressing it. Adds that sort of extra
a bit
sort
more
of
immersion.
effect. Yeah, more immersion when gaming.
Definitely. I think it sits well in the hand as well, without and with the case. It's not slippery at all.
No, yeah,
and the design as that. And the main camera, 64 megapixel.
Yeah, 64 megapixel. I think the camera setup is decent on it. What I do really like about this, because I review lots of phones on my channel, so many manufacturers fail to put stabilization at 4K.
Right.
This has got stabilization throughout all resolutions and frame rates as well. There's nothing worse than having unsteady video footage in 2022,
Yeah.
but this nails it.
Yeah. And the favorite games you've been playing on it? Was
Yeah,
it on?
PUBG, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, when I do the triggers, I mean business, but when I get into the game, I die every time I spawn into it. Every time I spawn in, bang.
So 12-year-old days, just getting
exactly,
it right away.
Yeah, it can be a bit annoying.
With this one, you should have an advantage now compared to other gamers.
With the triggers and stuff,
no obstruction, view, great audio. You got that 120 hertz. You should be able to kick some butt, right?
You should, but that's my gaming skills aren't great.
Yeah. So I would like to kind of that charger again. Let's have a look at that.
Sure.
The charging cable, because I really.
Cable,
it just sits so perfectly well when you're gaming. If you just plug it in there, and you can see it's stacked up in a really nice way. Yeah. So here we have it. It's rounded up like this, and you can see premium metal. And you just put it here. Oh, and here we go. And it doesn't sit in the way. Because what you do with a normal USB cable, it sticks out, and then it's kind of uncomfortable, and then you're covering things. It's just thought. Like, we paid attention to the details here. And I think that makes a huge difference. This is my favorite charging cable from now on, so I'm going to try.
And it's extra long as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You got that distance, and especially now when you can plug it into the laptop and do things with it as well.
When I charge, obviously in the evening, so when I'm going to bed, I have a fairly long cable when I'm lying in bed. If you have to pull a little bit on the plug, this would be perfect.
This solves it
It's
for
on
you.
the other side of the bed.
It solves it for you. And also, I would say the button positioning, you have a fingerprint reader, and I would like to kind of mention a few words around the fingerprint reader, because it sits on the power key, and it's incredibly quick. It's incredibly secure. So instead of having something that is a little bit there on the screen, it just sits so well in the hand. I don't know your experience.
Yeah, this is my perfect placement for a fingerprint sensor. I don't like the fingerprint sensors in the screen or on the screen. Perfect placement. It's just natural as well when you're holding your phone. You just pick it up and unlock.
All right.
Simple.
Yeah. So you get that. I think my favorite is not just the trigger buttons, but the sound effects. That's around that with some RGB kind of
RGB
LEDs.
lighting.
Yeah, exactly. So you get that gamer look and feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have something else here today.
The watch.
Yes.
The Poco Watch.
What's that?
Well, I can unbox it and have a look.
That sounds good. So the Poco Watch is our own proprietary Poco Watch with both software and hardware, and it runs on an OLED display or AMOLED display. So it's got that punch in terms of both brightness, but I would say contrast. So if a part of the display is off, it's not going to be any background lighting or anything. It will just be the pixels that are lit. And what else with this one? You have a lot of health modes, so more than 100 different sports modes that you can run with this one.
Oh, that's the manual.
Stylish, easy, and my biggest, I don't know if you heard of the term nomophobia.
Normophobia? No, never.
So it's an official term for people that are afraid of losing their phone or electronic gadgets or something like that.
I suffer with that every
basically, if you're low on battery, you will have nomophobia. If you're having that kind of anxiety when the battery dips below 20 or something like that, I do. I think a lot of you.
I think everyone does then, I definitely do.
So nomophobia, and that specifically comes down to the smartwatches as well, because normally you have to charge a smartwatch or a band or similar every day or every other day. And now this battery life lasts around 14 days, so 2 weeks battery life. So it just kind of streams, it just works, and you don't have to think about charging. Wear it during night so you can measure your sleep patterns.
See that.
It has blood oxygen levels, of course. You can take your pulse and track all your steps that you do throughout the day. Logs it on your app, and then you can see how active you are. And really, I have been told off when wearing this that I do work out too little. So there you go. But it's a great tracker now with a bigger display than many of the bands, and with an OLED display. So I think with that OLED or AMOLED, you just get that perfect contrast that you want in a watch as well.
Let's try it on.
once again, on Twitter, hashtag Poco F4GT. Give your 3 best reasons or features that you like about the phone. We will have giveaways, 2 phones coming your way. So, any other standout features that we can think of?
I think we've covered a lot of them, to be honest.
I think we've covered most of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kind of quirky extras like the LEDs that I absolutely
Yeah.
love. I love flashy stuff. So anything
Yeah.
that flashes or sounds.
I mean, I really love the aluminium frame.
Yeah.
That looks excellent, and the buttons as well. For me, the triggers, the main standout, aluminium frame, and the speakers as well.
Yeah.
Good speaker setup.
So in terms of competitors, you've been testing a little bit. You know a lot about phones.
Yeah, I mean, when the early bird price.
Yeah.
We'd have to talk about the early bird price. How much?
Let's talk about it. So we will have an early bird price. I don't know.
£499, I believe it is.
£499 for the 12 gigabytes plus 256 gigabyte black version.
Yeah, so
that is £200 less.
Yeah, so there straight away, this is the cheapest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 phone on the
Boom.
market right now.
From day one.
From day one, you can't get a cheaper 8 Gen 1 phone than this right now.
Now that's what I call
and
value.
even with the is it £200 cheaper? Yeah.
Yeah, £200
That's
cheaper.
still competitive.
Yeah,
off the top of my head, I
absolutely.
can't remember the exact prices of the other 8 Gen 1s, but you're talking 700-800
Oh
quid.
yeah, easily, at least. And I mean, most of them are around the £1,000 mark.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get this with the gaming phones with a 120-watt charger, with all the shoulder buttons that you need, like all the gaming extras, AMOLED display. I can just keep on going.
Yeah. It's perfect time to buy it now.
And flipping $499.
Yeah.
So that is a limited time only. That is from noon on May 26th. So that is now.
Yeah.
Until 11:50 p.m. on the 30th of May.
So they've got a good four days.
Yeah.
4 days to
You got
make the
5 days
to make most of that deal.
4.5, 5. Yeah. 5 days to go on and have this early bird offer. I'm super tempted myself at that price at $499.
Yeah.
Even the standard price is great at $699, and
definitely.
you get that 12 gigs of RAM, so you can just sucker punched anyone in any 3D game that you want with the highest refresh rate, with the speed you want through the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1.
And you also get the option in the software to use storage as additional RAM as well. So I think you can assign 3 gigabytes of memory, so you could have 15 gig of RAM essentially.
You can technically
if you
get
needed
up to that. Who needs that? Well, we'll see. We don't know what the next games are coming, but this means the phone is future-proof as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So with all this oomph, all the power, liquid cool keeps it cool, so you don't have as much wear and tear, and you can keep on gaming without any throttling. Guys, $499.
What more do you
Ladies
need?
and gentlemen, that is something that I really admire. So I think we've come a little bit to a conclusion here when it comes to our red or Poco F4 GT introduction. So 3 colors, charcoal black, we have the silver here, and then we also have the yellow one that I haven't been able to unpack.
I don't think it's here. It's not here, is it?
That will be my favorite color.
Stealth black.
I love that. I love that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anything else? I think
we've pretty much covered everything, yeah.
So keep on commenting, drop your comments on the Twitter feed, and make sure that you get a chance to win one of these Poco F4 GTs.
Yeah, good luck to everyone.
Yeah, good luck. And that's all for us. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Cheers.